Hi, welcome. My name is Jonathan, and this is a level 2 Bowspring practice entitled The Eye of the Bird, and it's inspired by a story from the Mahabharata. Two families consisting of 100 cousins were being taught the ways of the warrior by a teacher named Dronacharya. When the training's finished, there was one final test. Dronacharya placed a straw bird into a tree and one by one asked his students to take aim, but first he questioned them. What do you see? The answers were all the same. The tree, the bird, a cloud, the bow, my arm, you. And after 99 of the same answers, the final student, Arjuna, answered, I see the eye of the bird and nothing else. Dronacharya responded, you may shoot, to which Arjuna hit a perfect shot right through the eye of the bird. Dronacharya finally finished, how you aim your arrow is more important than how you shoot. Remember this in life and in sport, and you will always be victorious. In today's practice, we'll create a one-pointed focus with a 30-second timer, and ultimately remembering that the practice isn't the final form, but it's the effort and awareness that you put into it. So we'll begin right away. Start in crouching cat position. Beginning in crouching cat, with your feet as wide as your mat and your hands as wide as your mat, pulse forward and back so you feel the weight transfer from feet to hands and hands to feet. And then also move a little from side to side, left to right and right to left. Just feeling the shift, feeling the change. Then focus your gaze straight down under your nose, weight your right hand, dome your left hand. With your knees bent, send your hips up, then lift your left hand and cup the back of your head. Point your elbow straight down, seeking a one-pointed focus, using the 30-second timer to create a containment, a boundary with which to practice, to hold long enough, but not too long, so the practice is dynamic and moving. Left hand down, lean to the left, dome your right hand, sit your hips back and up, then lift your right hand, cup the back of your head. Elbow down, push your head into your hand and reach your elbow forward. Lift your chin, stretch your belly. Then lower your right hand down, bring the left foot more to the midline and lift your right leg back behind you, square leg position. Bend your knee 90 degrees, pull your knee down, lift your sit bones up, push your arms straight, open your mouth, breathe a few cycles through your mouth. Then slowly step your right foot forward, side coil position. Spin your back foot flat, rise up, forearm to thigh, and cup the back of your head, left hand. Sit your hips back, push your knees outwards, lift your glutes up, and tilt your ear to your shoulder. Lift the left side rib cage higher into the air. Find a little pulse forward and back. Then keep your left hand as it is, right hand in front of you, half moon position. You're always welcome to use a block or prop to bring the hand a little bit higher. Bring your left knee forward, place your hand to the front of your knee. Push your knee into your hand, sit your hips back, lift your knee up, and twist and turn towards the left. Holding steady, embrace the shake, the quake. Then slowly rise up. Cross your left leg over your right leg. Phoenix position. Cup the back of your head with both hands. Push your head into your hand and start to lean back. Let your belly be long. Lift your rib cage high, but sit your hips down and back as you push your outer knees into each other. Then uncross the left foot down, both hands to your knees, open leg right. So just switching the balance, balancing on the left leg now. Push your knees forward, keep the hips moving back, stay upright in the spine so your rib cage is more vertical. Then slowly step your foot back into a lunge position. Push your knees forward, move your groins down and back. Stay upright in the rib cage and keep your hips further back than your back knee. Then both arms in front of you. Curl your fingers into seed hands and bend your elbows to bring the two seeds together. Push the hands forward, broaden through your upper back, then twist over towards the left as you tack your hips further back. Pulse a little bit, up and down. Then return forward. Push off your right foot, back foot, and lift your leg into the air, propeller position. Tilt your torso slightly forward, and then bend and extend your left leg up and down. From there, arms forward, dome to bright hands, then hitch kick. Switch from foot to foot. Focus on landing light and keeping your arms straight. Then move back, all fours position, hands and knees. Push your arms straight, lift your rib cage up, push your knees forward, move your hips back, push your knees out, lift your glutes up, drop your belly down. Then pull your hands towards your knees, move your rib cage and the top of your head forward as you resist by moving your hips further back. And a little test here. Dome both hands as you sit your hips back. Then lift both feet. Make your rib cage lighter. Walk your domes back. Then lift your hands away from the floor. Globe hands in front of you, balancing just the top of your shins. Stay full, stay lifted. Then plant your hands down, tuck your toes under, and lift up, crouching cat. In crouching cat, lift your left leg back behind you, square leg, lean to the left, and lift your right hand away from the floor. Bend your elbow and bring your palm in front of your face, hand mirror position. Push your left arm straighter, lift your rib cage up. Then foot down, hand down, and switch sides. Right leg back, left hand dome or hand mirror. One-armed, one-legged, crouching cat position. Then hand down and slide your right shin forward, falcon pose. Place your left knee behind your ankle and place both elbows to the floor. Point your left toes back, Push your elbows down, lift your rib cage up, and pull your elbows back to your hips. Lengthen forward through the top of your head. You're welcome to stay here or test your balance. Rise up, keep your hips moving back, then lift your hands, globe hands position, or cup the back of your head, ecstasy arms position. Stretch your belly long and lean back. And switching to the other side, you're welcome to do a little jump switch. Left shin forward, right knee to ankle, and come down onto your elbows. It always helps to add any sort of sound effect to a jump switch. Push your elbows down, pull your ribs forward, sit your hips back, push your knees out to the sides. Then stay or test your balance. Rise up, globe hands in front of you, or cup the back of your head. Push your head into your hands, lift your belly, lengthen your belly, and then strengthen the belly. Create tone, create engagement. Then hands down, crouching cat. Lift your left leg back behind you. Square leg position, bent 90 degrees approximately. If you have a protractor, you're always welcome to measure. Push your arms straight, rib cage high, and tilt the sit bones up. Transition to side coil position. Left foot forward, back foot down, rise up, forearm to thigh, right hand ecstasy. Back foot in, sit down low, bring the front thigh closer towards parallel to the floor. Tilt your ear towards your shoulder. Then push off your back foot. Lift the right leg into the air, hand to your knee, push your knee forward into your hand to sit your hips back, half moon position. Tilt your ear towards your shoulder. Lift the right side rib cage higher away from the floor. Lift the right leg more out to the side. Lift your chin. Breathe through your mouth. Then turn to the floor. Rise back up, keep the right leg lifted, and cross right over left. Phoenix position, cup the back of your head. Rib cage high, belly long, just like falcon. In Phoenix, sit your hips back, push your knees into each other. With your right heel lifted, pull your foot back. Feel the power and strength in the back of your leg. And then rise up, right foot down, both hands to your knees, and left leg, open leg. Push your knee forward into the resistance of your hands, and find a little pulse up and down on your legs. Then arms in front of you, and step back to a lunge position. And the short lunge position is one where you can harness more power and strength. Staying steady, staying focused. The timer keeps the attention. So there's a concentration. In bowspring practice, there's less time to think about something else. The clouds, the tree, the arm, the bow. It's one point, push off. Actually keep your foot down. Two seeds together, twist to the right. That was my teacher testing you if you're paying attention. Remembering the sequence. Twist from left to right, push the hands into each other, get your arms strong, sit your hips back, tilt your left ear towards your left shoulder, lift the right side rib cage up. Then back to where we were going, propeller position, push off your back foot, lift it into the air. You're welcome to hold on to your front thigh and palpate the muscles on all sides. Feel the strength, feel the power, pulse a little bit up and down. Those who've been practicing for a while, are there changes? Are there shifts? I found that the Bowspring practice has been dramatic in how quickly my body changed relative to even just the yoga practice I had before. Arms forward, hands down, then hitch kick. Switch from foot to foot. Make your way back, crouching cat position. Then turn both feet to the left, twisted cat left. Dome your left hand. Tilt your right ear to your shoulder. Push the left hand forward as you turn your knees in and sit your hips way back towards the right side of your mat. And then lift up and switch sides. Feet turn to the right, left ear to left shoulder. Push your right arm long. And then same thing, but bring your feet together, turn your feet to the left, and bend your knees enough that the bottoms of your feet can touch the floor. Balance on your right hand and cup the back of your head, left hand. Sit your hips back, tilt your ear to your shoulder. Side chair position. Think of just being on a chair, but sideways. And then lift the upper leg away from the floor. You could keep your hand in ecstasy. Place your hand to your knee as resistance. Those who are a little bit more open, point your knee up into the air, hold the back of your thigh, and work your leg more vertical. I think my leg is straight up, but that's as far as I can go, and I'm happy with that. It's how you aim your arrow, not how you shoot it. Turn your feet over to the right, feet together, knees bent, bottom of your feet to the floor, and cup the back of your head. Sit your hips back, tilt the top of your head down, breathe through your mouth, let go of any extra tension, seek a calmness, a peacefulness, even in the storm, even in the fire, even in the challenge. Then lift the right leg up. You're welcome, of course, to stay with your hand, cupping the back of your head. Test the balance. Option to hold your knee, push your knee into your hand, or hold the back side of your thigh and work your leg straighter. Then hand down, both knees down, preparing for headstand. That means using the wall as a backstop. Go there, bring your fingers right to the edge of the wall. Those of you who are fairly solid on your mat can interlace your fingers with your elbows close in, approximately shoulder width, just holding your elbows like genie arms. Then tuck your head, bring the top of your head to the floor, lift your knees, walk your feet in, and float the legs up. Stay in a bowspring variation. with the knees bent, hips back, forearms pushing equally down. It's a great way to start to get the practice of doing handstand with the legs here. And then turn the legs one way. Keep the knees bent, knees pulling down, hips back, and turn the legs the other way. And back to center. Cross the right ankle in front of the left knee, like falcon position. Push the knee into the ankle and use that to move the hips back. Staying steady, staying strong. Pushing down through your head, pushing down through the forearms. Then switch. Cross left ankle in front of right knee. Push the two into each other. Hips go back. Just like falcon pose, but in headstand. Using the connection of the legs to send the hips a little bit further back. Then back to legs separated. Slowly lower down. Sit onto the heels. Rise back up and lift up through the crown of the head. Even join your hands together and place your thumbs to the very top of your head and lift upward. Keep your hips down. And then cup the back of your head with your right hand, left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Push your head back, lift your ribs, lift your forearm, pull the back of your head up, back ribs broad, twist from left to right. Turn back to center and switch sides. Right hand to the outside of your left leg. Left hand behind your head. And twist, twist, twist from right to left. And lean to one side. Extend your legs in front of you, but then bend your right knee so the foot is flat. Right elbow to the inside of your knee, left hand behind you. Keep your left leg slightly bent. Dig your heel down. Lift your rib cage high up as you twist. Then use this as transition to Astavakrasana. Bring your right foot a little bit forward. Place your right hand down under the inside of your left knee. Slide a little to the outside of your left hip, and then lean forward, push your hands down. Lift your feet up, cross your ankles, and kick your legs out to the side as you bend your elbows low. Then rise back up to the twist, like you do it all the time. And switch right leg long and left foot back. Elbow to knee. Lift your rib cage up high. Then hand down, under your knee from the inside, slide your left foot forward, scoot your hips back, and then as you hinge forward, lift up, cross right ankle over left ankle. Stay steady, stay strong. Push your legs straighter. Keep your hips back. And come all the way back up. Back to the twist. Then spin your legs back behind you. Reposition yourself. All fours. Fill your ribs high. Settle your hips back. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees. Turn them to the left. Bring your right hip down. Right arm long. And lie on your side body. In side bow position. Push your right knee forward into your right hand. As you push the knee forward, keep your hips moving back. Then hold your foot behind you and start to kick the foot back into a different type of side bow. Then release, rise back up, either knees down or knees lifted. Do a few push-ups. Then turn the knees to the right, left hip down, left arm long, side bow. Knee forward to the resistance of the hand. Lift your chin. Let your belly be long. Pull the glute out from behind you. Then take your foot back and hold the foot like you would on your belly for bow pose, except sideways. Kicking the foot back, pulling the string of the bow back. And both arms in front of you, which is ultimately just symbolism for this practice. To pull the string back to the heart of yourself, to eventually shoot out the qualities that you have to offer the world. Place your hands in chin-up bar position. Lift your hips up, bridge. And then in bridge position, start to drop the hips low towards the floor. Push with your left foot. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. And then take the right leg more vertical. Switch. Bring your right foot down. Bring your left knee in towards your chest. And extend the left leg up. And foot down. This position is more of a traditional yoga posture, Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward bow, to aim your bow upwards into the sky. Bring your hands beside your ears, palms flat, and then push with your hands and feet to lift up. And then tuck your chin, slowly lower yourself down, pause. Take a few deep cycles of breath. The trick to going one-legged is to push with the standing leg to get more weight into your hands, or if you're staying in bridge pose, into your shoulders. But it's not just lift your foot up, transfer the weight into your hands, your upper body. So lift back up again, and then walk hands or feet closer in. I like to go hands. Then push with the left foot, get weight into your hands. Bring the right knee in, right leg up. Then switch. Push with the right foot, left knee in, left leg up. Foot down, tuck your chin, slowly lower. Lift your feet, hold your knees, freedom position. And just to stay a little more active, bring your fingertips to the front of your thighs, freedom abs. Gently push your thighs into your fingers and push your fingers back to your thighs. So you feel your belly tone, but also the side of your waist and your low back. So it's all sides evenly. Then chin up bar position. Lower your legs over to the left. Keep your elbows pointing up. Allow your breath to slow down. Let your effort diminish. It's more important how you aim your arrow than how you shoot it. And come back up. Legs to the left. Chin lifted, throat open. And what's your intention versus what are your results? Everyone has their own abilities. Some natural abilities you've been able to do since you were a child. True success and mastery is in specific awareness. Rise back up, then slide the legs long for assimilation. Rest the arms alongside your body with your palms face down. Can you focus your attention on relaxing completely? To have your gaze on the eye of the bird and nothing else. One tool is to follow your breath. And to count backwards from 50. So inhale, the number 50. Then exhale, the number 49. Inhale, 48. And exhale, 47. 46. 45. Continuing that on your way down to 0. Going backwards because it requires more attention. And if you lose count, just start again at 50. Make the inhale even and the exhale an odd number. Instead of checking out, check in completely all the way.